I said it before and I'll say it again. I'll never trust GameStop to grade my Pokemon cards because they're just doing way too many shady things. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr.Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. All right, we're going to talk today about GameStop and the PSA grading opportunities that you have with GameStop. I have been covering and documenting this the whole time, and today we're going to talk about how people's cards that are being submitted through GameStop to PSA are just going missing sometimes. People are having their cards just go missing for a variety of reasons. But if you're an influencer and you have influence to call GameStop out, they'll magically find your cards, and it's a wild thing, okay? And I want to be upfront about this. We're going to talk about a creator that I follow. His name's Dino, the ultimate nerd. I love this creator. He has 2 million followers on Instagram, millions of followers all over the place. He's such a good dude. He's a gaming content creator, so he's a gamer, video games, all kinds of cool stuff. I love this guy's content. He's a solid guy. Because he's such a big gamer, he's in GameStop all the time. Well, he's made a couple of videos grading his old school Yu-Gi-Oh cards with GameStop and grading some of his old school Pokemon cards with GameStop. And recently he's had an issue, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But I've been talking about these PSA submissions through GameStop since the very beginning. I called from the very beginning that we're going to be tons of issues, that people's cards were going to go missing, that people were going to get the wrong cards. This has been well documented on YouTube, these incidents happening. Is it the majority of the time? No, it's not the majority of the time, but it's still happening, and it's likely caused by allegedly employees with sticky fingers. Allegedly employees might be losing things. Who really knows? But this has definitely been happening. But I wanted to bring this to light because Dino, this creator that I follow, he posted on Instagram his situation about GameStop losing his cards, so to speak, but then they magically found them once they realized who he was, okay? And I want to say, Dino has done nothing wrong here. Dino is a great creator, but I want to read this accounting to you, okay? It takes place over a couple days. We're going to start right here with this post Dino made. He made this post, "Hey GameStop," tagging GameStop, "I submitted my cards for grading on April 28th. On July 18th, I received a notification they were ready for pickup. First attempt. I went to the store, but the associate said the manager who had the tablet was unavailable, so I left empty-handed. This is not uncommon. People always have issues, or don't seem to always, but people commonly seem to have issues getting their cards picked up. Second attempt on August 7th. So we're a couple weeks after he got the notification that they were ready. I was told my cards had already been picked up. I never picked them up. When I asked for details such as when or by whom, the associate refused to provide any information and instead gave me a phone number to call. So he goes to pick them up and the associate says, "Hey, somebody picked your cards up." And then the associate refusing to give him any information or help him in any way, shape, or form. This is a very common thing that I've heard from a lot of people that message me and tell me about this crap, because theoretically, an employee could allegedly just say the cards were picked up and then keep them. What's to keep them from doing that? And that's something that happened. Why were his cards stated as being picked up and not there, and he was not able to get them? Very strange, right? I called, and again, no answers. Only instructions were to call PSA. That's not how it should be handled. You shouldn't have to call PSA. If GameStop is calling you to tell you, "Hey, your cards are here and ready for you to pick up," and then you go to pick them up, and they're like, "Yeah, somebody already picked them up, and it wasn't you," meaning somebody has stolen your cards. The solution isn't to call PSA. PSA has already sent GameStop the cards. This is just a horrible customer service experience on GameStop. At best, at worst, somebody has stolen his cards. I'm not even asking for a refund or compensation. I just want my cards back. Cards that I've had since childhood. I've been shopping with GameStop for a really long time, so I decided to trust you with my cards, but it seems there is no accountability here at GameStop. Again, I want to say, Dino's done nothing wrong in this situation. Dino is somebody that is a gaming content creator, and he spends a lot of money at GameStop buying video games and things like that. He finds himself in a situation where somebody is just across the counter with you basically saying, "Hey buddy, you're SOL. I don't know what to tell you." And so in Dino's mind, somebody's taken his cards, which I agree. Somebody has kept or taken or misplaced his cards, and they're refusing to help. So what are you going to do? Well, if you have influence, you're going to go and post about it, which is what I would do, and which is what Dino did. I only have 80,000 followers on Instagram. Dino has millions. Of course he went and posted about it, because that's exactly what I would do. Here's the sad thing. Most of the people that this happens to don't have influence and don't have the ability to post to thousands and tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of followers to get the ball rolling. Next, we're going to see about 6 hours after his initial post, update. GameStop reached out and let me know they found my cards. Oh, surprise, surprise. You mean GameStop realized you have 2 million followers and said, oh crap, we better get this guy's cards? Yeah, of course that's what happened. I don't have them in hand yet. I'll be picking them up at my local store tomorrow. I'll post another update when I'm actually holding the cards. I appreciate everyone who offered to help. I know I roast you guys a lot, but when it counts, you always show up and are ready to ride at dawn. Again, this is just Dino showing how much his appreciation for his followers. Dino is a great creator. I really enjoy Dino's content. Again, reiterating, because there's a bunch of trolls on the internet, a bunch of people who don't really know how to listen and understand the situation. Dino hasn't done anything wrong here. I would do everything Dino's done to try and get his cards back. And GameStop's also dropping Pokemon cards all the time, as well as plenty of other stores that drop Pokemon cards that are just impossible to find. I promised my son that I'd buy him some Pokemon cards in store for doing a special chore, and he wants to find them in store. And it's been like 3 or 4 months, and we haven't seen a single booster pack of Pokemon cards in the store, which is wild. So while Pokemon is crazy like this, you need somebody on your side like PokeNotify that's going to give you notifications and send you messages saying, hey, this is going in stock, be ready, and hey, this is in stock, go after it. Definitely check out PokeNotify. It is a Discord group for collectors, made by collectors, where they use bots not to buy things, but to send you notifications to give you at least an extra 30 seconds or a minute to try and get stuff. I've seen plenty of people in there buying the limit of whatever the release is, maybe 1 or 2, and super happy about it. Definitely check them out. It's only $8 a month. There's a link in the description below that you can use for a free 3-day trial, and then you can use a discount code to get 25% off as well. Try it out. It might be something that helps you be able to get your hands on some more Pokemon cards for online releases. All right, third post. We got the cards back, crisis averted. Credit where it's due. As soon as I posted my story, GameStop's social team jumped in and resolved it immediately. And this was on Sunday, so I'm guessing some calls are made. I appreciate that. So within hours of him posting this story on a Sunday, GameStop's social media fixed the situation. It's never my intention to put GameStop on blast. I love GameStop. I'm in there all the time, but I needed to be heard. As someone with a community, I feel like it's my responsibility to be transparent about both the good and the bad in our hobby. Love it, Dino. Beautiful. I've been a store manager for 12 years. I respect retail workers, underpaid, overworked, dealing with rude customers. I get it. But when a customer feels out of options, that's your moment to step up. Even if they had told me we need a week to investigate what happened with your cards, I would have felt better than feeling stuck, which basically they told him there was nothing they could do. Call PSA. But then all of a sudden, GameStop was able to do something and find them once they realized, oh snap, he has 2 million followers and he's tagging us and calling us out. Such bullcrap. At the end of the day, these cards aren't worth much. I paid more to get them graded than their actual value, but this was a chance to fix what feels like a gap in the process. Because sometimes the thing you are fixing is not the problem, it's the feeling. Making customers feel heard builds loyalty. As someone with a platform, I feel like it's my responsibility to point out potential issues with the things we are passionate about, not to tear them down, but to help make them better for everyone. Got my cards back thanks to everyone who jumped in, messaged me, and was ready to ride at dawn. You guys are the real ones. And then the cards that he submitted, 2 old school Kobe Bryant cards that just had really significant meaning to him. Not expensive cards, maybe worth $30 each graded, but you could see how somebody that maybe doesn't know a bunch about sports could be like, oh crap, these are Kobe Bryant. Are these Kobe Bryant rookie cards? I don't know. These are Kobe cards. These might potentially be worth keeping, right? And again, I want to say, Dino did nothing wrong here. Dino did everything great and perfectly, and Dino said it exactly the way that I would say it. With somebody with influence, it's our responsibility to call out the inconsistencies in the things that we love. I love GameStop. I've loved GameStop for a long time. When they started down this road with the PSA stuff and the Pokemon cards and now charging market for Pokemon cards on some releases and people's cards going randomly missing, like Dino's cards went randomly missing right here. This is wrong and it deserves to be called out. And when PSA and GameStop started working together first and I started talking about it, I said, this is going to happen. People's cards are going to get stolen. People's cards are going to go missing. There's going to be lots of issues. And I got dragged across the mud through the internet. Applesauce, you have no idea what you're talking about. This is awesome. This provides more accessibility for collectors, blah, blah, blah. And while that's not necessarily wrong, it does provide accessibility. We're entrusting our valuable collectibles and cards to people that maybe don't know about the collectibles and the value of them, and to people that aren't making very much money. The pay structure at GameStop is crazy. I've had multiple employees of GameStop reach out to me and tell me that to some shape or form, the pay structure at GameStop looks like this. There's one person that's full-time, and that's the manager of the store. And then you have like, I think a key holder that gets like 32 hours a week, and then everybody else is getting 4 to 16 hours a week at GameStop, so that they're all part-time, so that none of them can receive benefits to keep GameStop's costs down. So it's no wonder why GameStop employees might do things like this, right? I've been very vocal about this since the beginning, that I'm not opposed to GameStop getting involved like this. I'm opposed to them getting involved without properly vetting and training and setting up the right processes for these things to happen, because issues are going to happen. People's cards are going to get lost. And for everybody like Dino, whose cards magically go missing, and GameStop that he submitted them to says, sorry, buddy, you're out of luck. There's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing GameStop can do for you. Call the phone number. Sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. You're going to have to call PSA. And then you have influence and you post it. And then all of a sudden on a Sunday when everybody's off, GameStop says, holy crap, this guy with 2 million followers is calling us out. We better do something about it. And then they do something about it and find the freaking cards. There's a problem there. There's a problem, because not everybody is Dino. Not everybody is me with a following we can leverage to make something happen when a person and a representative at a store tells us we're out of luck and is basically trying to keep from us what is ours. Somebody had Dino's cards. Somebody was planning to keep them. Somebody misplaced them. Something happened, and they lied to him and told him there was nothing they could do. But once they realized he had 2 million followers, somebody called and fixed it and made it happen. That type of service shouldn't be reserved to people like me and Dino that have following and influence. That type of service should be given to everyone. To the dad that walks in off the street with his son to grade the cards they pulled over the weekend, to somebody like me with influence, to somebody that's a reseller and wants to grade cards at GameStop so they can sell them. We should all get the same level of customer service. I shouldn't be treated better. Dino shouldn't be treated better just because we have influence. But sadly, that's the way GameStop is operating with stuff like this. We see creators going in and working with GameStop and getting special treatment. And I hear so many stories of regular dudes going in, their cards being lost, getting the wrong cards back, getting cards missing, all kinds of crazy stuff. Shout out to Dino Cornell, the ultimate nerd. I love your content, bro. You'll probably never see this video. I'm so glad you got your cards back. You did everything right here. Not a single negative thing to say about you. I'm glad you were able to get GameStop in action and get you your cards back. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you have done any submitting with GameStop. How's your experience been? I'd love to know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. That's free for you to do, and it really does help. And like I always say, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.